I'll keep challenging myself, but I'm also going to keep going with this. I think this needs to be said because, as I said in a previous episode with this woman who was talking about this MLM, multi-level marketing pyramid cults that go into fake spirituality and all that kind of stuff, coaching. I'll call myself on this. Someone said, well, you're a coach too. So anyway, yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I will defend it. I'm going to defend it right now. My coaching comes from experience and it comes from success. I've had tremendous amount of success and I come from nothing. So if people want that story and they want that coaching of someone who's actually been in the major leagues for a very long time at a high level, then they'll come to me for the coaching. This is part of what I do too, is the processing, the being honest with myself and others. There's a whole process that I take people through in my coaching. And there's just a ton of education, higher education, all of it. But these coaches have no experience. This woman has made herself into this guru that she can just keep on pontificating with these words. I realize one of my children to see me happy and care for them. And I need my feminine needs taken care of. All of this, the data, what women are going through, all of this is just coming from someone who in the moment, this is how she's feeling. It doesn't mean it's anything that will be everlasting. Like a marriage where you stay with the vows and commit. I said to my ex-wife many times, let's go away. I'll pay for anything. Let's go away. Let's go on dates. Let's try everything. You exhaust all of it before you blow up a family of which you committed. You made love with your husband or your wife. You had a sacred pact. I'm not saying you need to get out. I mean, my first marriage, needed to get out. That was really, really, really toxic. There was no way out of that one. And I exhausted everything on that. As a matter of fact, the irony is I met this last wife, I met her in the Agape Spiritual Center, trying to look at myself and what spiritual uplifting tactics, whatever it is, how can I recondition myself so I can be present in that marriage and make that marriage work? So I really did exhaust something for many other reasons, was never going to work. This one, apparently, there's one of two things. She was fooling me the entire time, and that's really insidious. Or this woman came in, the cult leader, and just took her away at a vulnerable spot. Speaking of vulnerability, so the children are really, really upset with their mom that this was their decision. And I'll bet if I talk to Broke's kids, it's the same thing. I'm positive. The one was beaten up by her boyfriend. I mean, really. And I happen to know, because I have an investigator, I happen to know that they're really unhappy. But Broke would never show you that. She's going to twist and propaganda and whatever it is. That's what they do. My ex-wife does it too. So here I am. Look how happy we are. Let me show you us running out of the water hand in hand. Let's show these smiles of all these thousands of people are with for these conventions, for the multi-level marketing. Let's whistle in the dark here when it's dark. You're dark. No character. Nothing that you really can say. I have integrity. I back up my word. I can't believe sometimes how far she has fallen. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. I go through anger, I go through grief, I go through all the stages a lot. I just heard today she talked about conscious uncoupling. That's another word. I mean, folks, don't believe these words. So many of them are just full of it. They say this, it's a circle jerk. I've been at the top of this thing, but I'm in some organizations, or was, I just went, oh, phony, 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 phony. Real is, can you go through your obstacles? Can you go through your fears, your difficulties, your addictions? Can you go through it with courage and conviction? Can you? If I'm proud of anything in my life, it's that. Still standing. I was going to promote my podcast called Still Standing Up. So, yeah, I'm still standing up too, standing up doing comedy, which is a great cathartic experience. But I cannot believe some of the roads and places that she's taken, and taken all of us with her with nothing, no pause whatsoever. So we had a, it's funny, I was thinking about it today, about what I was going to talk about. So I did what a couple of years ago, I did like over a year and a half, I did an intervention. I thought that might work. And the person I went through was an old friend of hers, because no one else is she going to meet with. So she's going to meet with this friend of hers. Now, here we go again, Craig, painting red flags green. This woman is red flags like Les Miserables with that big red flag. Attend the barricade. This one is the reddest flag of all. I remember when we met her that she was going to kill her son. I mean, she just, her baby, she's going to drown him. I mean, this was Lotus is like one of her best friends. And I remember going, oh my God, in a way, she raised her son to hate the husband who moved to Israel. No wonder he got the hell out, started a whole other family, but she really hurt this child's relationship with the father. Another one. And I didn't see it because I was so desperate to have an intervention. I thought, oh, she'll trust her. And she supposedly is in this business of, I don't even know what it was called. It was another, they just have names and, family units. And so listen to this. So she says, I'll charge you like $5,000. No, I'm not charging the kind of money. First of all, this is your best friend who's in a cult. And I want you to come out here from Rochester and come out and deal with her direct and talk to her direct. That's why I thought she had the skills, because she said she did, because she took these courses or whatever it was. Don't believe people if they say they take these courses that you know nothing about. I shouldn't say don't believe them, but a lot of times you might want to just unpeel that onion a little more. And I didn't do that. I paint the red flags green. So I fly her out. I agree to pay for blah, 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 including go to take the kids to a Lego store so we can sit in my living room with my ex-wife and the kids and build Legos of what the family looks like. I mean, it was okay. I just went along with it. So we then walk to the park, and these kids, I don't want to cry, but I was so proud of them, what they did, the courage they mustered up. And if I teach anything to these children, that's what I want to teach. Be brave. And they did, especially my son. My daughter, was 8 at the time. She can't really express herself as much, but she still did. But he got in there. He told his mom with tears what he witnessed, her violence, her temper tantrums, her leaving the family to spend hours and hours upon hours, leaving the family that we committed to having a family, to go be with this leader that she's been just following like a follower. And he told her this in tears. He broke down. I said, "That a boy. That a boy. You just expressed your truth of what he witnessed." He watched her attack me physically. He watches her run out of rooms I remember one time I was trying to talk to her and she just ran down to 7-Eleven and we just walked along with her, and she can put this face on and just completely disassociate, completely ignore. And I'm just saying, please just stop. Just have a conversation. That's simple. I whisper it. She treats it like an abuser. And back to the story really quick. He was in her lap with this other woman who I thought would be brave as well, who I really admire. Always loved her friend. I'll call her. Let me see. I come up with these names that are close, but they're not it. I'll call her Mulvey. Mulvey, I love because she's sober. She's been through a lot herself. And she, by the way, has stuck it out with her family. Stuck it out, committed to her sobriety. I admire someone like that. Sobriety means you're looking inside of yourself. You're doing your own inventory. You're having the courage to change the things you can, the wisdom to know the difference. All those things happen if you're working a program of recovery from the way you were. So I always admired Mulvey. I always loved Mulvey. It was one of the friends that I really like. She didn't have resentment and anger towards me. She wasn't shutting me down and all that kind of stuff. But so my son was at her house, and my ex was so disassociated, she didn't realize right in front of him, she's saying about my abuse. And of course, Mulvey's not going to think anything else, but that's the truth, because it's coming from my best friend, one of my best friends. And that's the thing, folks. I know we don't want to believe that we are with a liar. We don't want to believe it. I get it. It's how lies exist, because you just go into denial, and then you defend that person. You're angry at the person that's saying they're a liar. I have that happen all the time. People are offended by me. They'll call me an isted or a phobe or whatever it is because I'm saying that's a lie. Nope. So Mulvey, I've reached out to her a few times. Nope, not going to happen. And he said, "Stop it, mommy. Stop it." She spreads these rumors, and a lot of these parents won't let their kids be with my kids. This is the effect that she has on the children. This is why the broke types, this is where the leadership goes. Is you become that family, that whack family. Oh, he's the abuse. Oh my God, stay away from him. So the kids can't play. This is what she prevents them from having true freedom and happiness. Ironically, that's what broke teaches, allegedly, freedom. So now you jailed the kids from these rumors, from treating their father like this, from the disrespect, the disdain, the deceit, all of those things that happen. That's what they see. That's no way to live. That's not freedom. Now they have to question everything. The dad we love, geez, we have such respect for him. We've watched this guy go through hell and also just be there for us and supportive and keeps us in this neighborhood, in this beautiful neighborhood. This guy coaches our teams and everything else. This is what we see. She's saying something different. Imagine that, to do that to a child. So here we are in the park with this friend of hers. I flew out from Rochester, that allegedly qualified, paying her way and everything else. She said, "Oh, it was meant to be. I was going to come out anyway and be with her." So basically, I paid for her to be with her friend, and she double-crossed me. She witnessed the following. The kid said the truth. It wasn't one word about me, and you will never get a word about me out of them. It has nothing to do with my programming. It has nothing to do with me saying anything to them. It's just what they witness. They have witnessed constant violence from their mom, blowing up the family for no reason. She didn't work anything out. She did so many things. She just put her power all into this woman, broke, doesn't make a dime from these schemes, which are ever changing. They've watched all of this. They watched it all. They witnessed it. They just bear witness to it. So this is what he told her. He said, "Mommy, you're just not the same." Tells this to his sister. Not the same since you met Broke. He's trying to say to her, step away. Leave her and come to us. Because we brought them in to this world with prayer. I believed we were. I believed it was a spiritual intervention. I believed in my wife. I gave everything I could. Love-wise, I just was dedicated to this. Even though a lot of times it was coming back cut off, and she said, "Go have sex with anyone